Hello and welcome. My name is Sarah Elizabeth. Thank you so much for being here in this space where you are loved, cherished, and honored here. I am so excited to be spending the next couple of weeks with you talking about one of the first things that I done to get me to the divine mindset and life that I have here right now. And I feel so devoted and compelled and honored that I get to share that with you. So I was sitting down with my editorial calendar and I was speaking to God and I was like, okay, God, what are we gonna do? And he was like, well, forgiveness, they say, is for love. Well, I say February is for forgiveness. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that is so right. Because when we are able to forgive ourselves and when we're able to forgive others and when we are able to ask and receive and believe that we are forgiven, then we are experiencing the highest and truest form of love within us and around us. And when we are experiencing that love and when we're connected to that love and when we believe in that love, we're able to give that love to other people. So I'm really excited to get started with you this week. So I have to tell you the story of how I forgave. And I remember sitting at work. At the time, I was a correctional officer at a high max male prison, and I was working outside the office, and there was nobody there. There was nothing to do. I wasn't in charge of any inmates, so I just want to put that out there. And I remember distinctly feeling like crap in my life. Nothing in my life was going well. My roommates were treating me like crap. You know, I had a good job, but it was just the most crappiest environment. And you know, I have a family, but they're not a family I can call my own, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. And at that time, I felt called to do something bigger with my life, and I didn't know what that was. And I remember this spirit in my right ear saying, forgive. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Growing up, I had several traumatic incidents growing up. I grew up in a very abusive household where I was physically and emotionally abused. And I had a lot of anger and I had no remorse towards my mother. And you know, if you are a mother or a child that's deeply connected to their mother, you feel like she's supposed to be there to protect you and to love you and, you know, keep you out of, danger's way. Well, in my opinion, I felt like she never did that. And so I was really angry. And a lot of things that didn't work well in my life was because I never forgave her. And so it made sense to me. I didn't know how, I didn't know any of that stuff, but it just felt right. So I remember sitting there and writing this letter of saying, hey, I'm sorry, and hey, I forgive you, and this is what I learned, and I'm able to move on now. And so I sent that letter to her, and I sent that letter to the universe, and I just continued living my life. Now, yes, at that time, I didn't know what I was doing. I just felt right, and that was it. I didn't do any more research. In fact, I kept living the same crummy life that I was living before. So I feel like that one simple decision was the catapult of the life that I'm living right now. Yes, it took me a couple years to figure it out and to deepen that practice, but putting together and co-creating with the universe to give you something truly special that is your God-given right, your God-given function and talent. I remember I forgave first. And so for me, I feel like I'm the perfect person to teach you that, because I had a lot to forgive and I learned a lot during that forgiveness. And I'm also putting in the pieces that I wish I had when I was doing my forgiveness work. So I'm so excited that you're here. A lot of the content, we're going to have some videos, we're going to have some audios, we're going to have some blogs, and most importantly, we're going to have some spiritual work that's going to be on your end. Forgiveness is spiritual work. Forgiveness is spiritual work. When we hold on to negative energy that does not serve us, it crushes our spirit within. Okay? And we don't know any better to allow that stuff to come up, because we are not taught any better. And we have this perspective of, it's the world that's the problem. It's not me. When in reality, it is our problem. Because what you perceive and what you feel inside is your reality. Okay? So this is spiritual work. And I say that because each and every one of us we're born with a soul within us, and this soul is divinely meant to be connected to Source and to God. But when we allow outside perceptions to shape our reality, or our idea of how the world is, because we have this messed up perspective on forgiveness. We think forgiveness is thrown in the towel and saying, oh, okay, I forgive you, you can do it again. That's not what it's about. So I say that because we have to tune in and rely on a power that is truly greater and bigger than ourselves. And I know for me personally, that higher power is Jesus. That higher power for me is the Holy Spirit. And when I'm divinely attuned to that Spirit, I live the most amazing life ever. And in order to live that life, I have to give forgiveness, like God has given forgiveness to me. And I say that to you. If Jesus is not your thing, I totally respect that. But I will stick to my truth, and that's what I will say. But if it doesn't resonate with you, you call on your higher power. You use your higher power. Because at the end of the day, it all means the same thing: love. All right, so there are a few things that I really want to encourage you to do. Okay? 1, dedicate a sacred space for you where you won't be distracted, where you will feel supported, and where you will feel safe. Forgiveness is spiritual work, and so a lot of negative energy may come up for you, and so you don't want to be spreading that energy all over your house for you to pick up again and to give to others. So keep it contained in one room, and where you could be really connected to yourself and really focus on the content that is being presented to you. 2, again, a lot of things are going to be coming up, and if you don't find a way to move that energy out your body, you're going to make yourself sick, because there's a saying, things will get worse before they get better. Don't be scared. And in order for things to get better, you have to get outside, you have to walk, you have to jog, you have to lift a weight or two. You're going to have to move your body, because when you move your body, I'm telling you, it's going to make forgiveness work so much better. So get up and move your body. 3, I want to encourage you to invest in a journal. It doesn't have to be like this super cute, super functional journal. It just has to be something where you can lay everything out on that piece of paper and really dive into the questions that I'm going to give you to help you shift your perspective, to help you forgive, and to write the letter that needs to be written to yourself or whomever for you to really release that forgiveness on whoever. Also, a journal is a beautiful way for us to rewrite our story or to rewrite our chapter in something that has caused us not to forgive. So when you're connecting your spirit with pen and paper, it is just the most beautiful thing that you will witness and experience in your life. I like to use journals as tools to see how far I came. They are wonderful measuring tools. I remember I stumbled across a journal from my early 20s, and whoa, that was really, really deep. And now I look through my journals now in my 30s, and I'm like, wow, I've came so far from my 20s into this. So it's really important that you have a journal dedicated to this amazing work. I am so excited to get started with you today. I want you to introduce yourself to me and to others in this group. And then I want you to finish this sentence. Forgiveness will bring me ... All right, can't wait to get to know you. Bye.